Hey guys, it's Rob Anderson with Dollar Moves. I'd like to welcome you to another video. Hey, real quick here, I pulled off to the side of the road. I'm on my way to go actually do a video with my niece and nephew on their YouTube channel. They're having a ton of fun with that. But I've been working on the Q4 website and just kind of getting that together and getting super stoked about it. I've got all of the resources and stuff for that website. You can find it at dollarmoves.com/Q4 2017 for 2017. So dollarmoves.com/2017. Getting super amped on that. I've got all the new 2017 resources and everything over there. But as I'm working on that, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like, I'm getting into this whole Q4 thing and getting super excited about it. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, like I'm realizing, okay, October is kind of like, we're on October 15th right now. And October is like, you know, the beginning of Q4. It's like Q4, but it's kind of Q4 light. We got Halloween going on right now, which you can still get into that as far as like, I probably wouldn't be sending anything into FBA, but like merchant fulfill stuff, you can get stuff in there. But so October happens, it really starts to pick up, things start really getting crazy in November. And so November is where it's at. And so I'm getting all this information together. I've got tons of stuff if you guys want to go over there to the website at dollarmoves.com/Q4 2017. It has last year's interviews and things like that are like hours worth of information that's totally free. You can go and just check it out. But anyway, so as I was looking at that, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Like, I start getting amped up about Q4 when I start seeing all that stuff. I've got all the great information over there. But anyway, so I wanted to also talk to you guys about how important it is to use your money correctly for Q4. You know, I guess one of the biggest things I'm looking at is like, for Q4, you can really do some major, like, in a good way, damage, right? You can, like, my sister started her business in October of not last year, but the year previous. And I was a little sketch about that because I'm like, man, October, like you better figure out the whole FBA thing, the Amazon thing, like just figure out how to do stuff then. So you're not trying to figure it out in November or December, you know, is way, I think if you're starting out in December, you catch a little bit of the wave, but you're really, it's going to be crazy, right? To start like that. But she started in October and she was able to like be in the black, like from her beginning monies and everything super quick with that. So, it's really cool. It's very powerful. She made money the first year, like made money, like beyond her expenses and everything. And you don't start a business and within 3 months make money. Like that just doesn't happen unless you're doing a business like this. And so it always gets me super excited about Q4 and it makes me think like, you know, you really want to watch like how you spend your money in Q4. If you're looking to do like coaching or whatever, if you've already been through Q4, I don't have to tell you, like you know that there's value in the coaching. There's value in getting on BOLO lists and things like that and seeing different products that are out there that, you know, can make you money now. You don't have to do the research, etc. You know, or it shows you rabbit trails of different things like, oh, this is popular. And so offshoots of it are going to be popular. And you start learning about things you might not know about. Like people who've been doing it for a while, they realize that, right? Now, someone who's new, depending on what you have for capital to start out with, you know, you're going to want to look at like, what is my money going to be best served towards, right? And that goes with anything like that I recommend or anything like that. Like look at your amount of money and go, okay, what is my money best used towards, right? If you have, say, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000. Let's just say you have $5,000 to spend for Q4. Like I'm starting this business. I've got $5,000. That may be a lot, that may be a little, depending on your situation. A lot of people start Amazon with $500 or less. So, but anyway, so say you have $5,000, right? Well, if you take that $5,000, you have a good chance of making it, you know, to make $5,000 profit from that, right? Like if you do the 3 times rule where it's like, if you take $5,000, you buy something for, you know, $5,000 worth of product, you put it on Amazon. When it sells, Amazon's fees are going to be $5,000 of it. You put it on Amazon for 3 times the amount, right? So you buy for a total of $5,000. You sell it for a total of $15,000, and then you pay for your original stuff that costs $5,000, and you keep the additional $5,000, and $5,000 goes to Amazon for fees. Okay, so that's the idea of the 3 times rule. So you want to look at like, so what's the best use of my money, right? Like one of the things that really got me thinking about this, because October, Q4, getting into this right now, is it's like the best time. The best use of your money often is going to be in your products. How many products you can buy, right? Now, if you get into a coaching group or if you get into a bolo group, that's going to help. You may say, okay, well, this costs like $500 to get into this coaching group or whatever. But in this coaching group, I'm going to learn enough information that it can stretch the amount of money and the things that I've got. And I'm going to buy a lot less bad stuff because I'm going to have these people helping me out, right? And so you can go, okay, that's totally worth it. Well, if you've only got, say, $1,000, a $500 coaching thing might not be worth it, because you're going, okay, well, that's half of my amount of money, right, that I have to spend for all of Q4. Maybe it's just best to try and figure it all out on my own, right? But one of the things that made me really think about that is that I just recently saw, and by the way, everything that I recommend are all over there at dollarmoves.com/Q4 2017. All the stuff I recommend over there has been tested. It's stuff that, like Jim Cockrum, and we have Robyn Johnson, and Jessica LaRue, and Beth and Seth Moss. Like, all these people, they're all people who've had Q4 groups or coaching for the last 3+ years, right? So, and it's been proven. Like, I watch this over and over and over again. So I'm not saying don't do that stuff, but what I'm saying is look at what you have for the amount of money. And so, you know, you might think, oh, well, isn't that hurting you, Rob, if you say don't spend my money on that? I'm not saying don't spend your money on that. I'm saying look at what your money is. Look at what you have value. And like I said, I have a ton of information over at that website, and you can see what you have, what's value to you there, because all those people are going to give you great professional information that can help you if you take action. Only if you take action, it can help you do way better than you would do on your own, right? Because you have experience and you have a group and you have the ability to learn from that. But what I was saying is that, you know, you want to make sure that you're not going to cut your legs out from under you by spending more money on outside things that can't help your business than it can afford. So you want to make sure in whatever you decide for your business at any time, can this investment give me back more than, you know, hopefully 5 to 10 times more than what I put into it? And, or, you know, is this going to hurt my business? If I do this investment, is it going to make it so I can't buy more stuff, right? Or, so you need to figure out with your budget what you want to spend, etc. And you have to look at each thing, you know, as things come up, like, does this fit with me? Does it not fit with me, right? So really, what I want to talk to you about, though, so I see Q4 as being a huge opportunity. Right now, it's still a great time. I mean, we have people that get into these groups that don't get in until like late in November and sometimes in December, but usually by then. I mean, I wouldn't recommend, honestly, like getting into a group unless you're already killing it on Q4 and you're like, I want to get into this group so I get some bolos right at the last minute that I can merchant fulfill, and I'll pay the whole Q4 time because I'm making so much money, and it's worth, you know, having the 2 weeks in Christmas just to get that, squeeze that last little bit out, right? But otherwise, you know, like, you can get into these groups and all this until like November, into the Black Friday and stuff like that, right? That's when it's really, there's some killer stuff. But what you want to look out for, like, I saw this, there's this launch going on right now, which just means somebody's putting out a product online, and I know that in the past these people have sold their course for anywhere of up to $4,000. And previously, you know, the course was about private label. I'm assuming it still is, unless it's changed, and based on purchasing things from China. Now, private label is not bad. Private label is great and awesome, and I know some people that are killing it in private label. But one of the problems that I see in this launch that's going on is, one, the cost, because you have this huge opportunity for Q4. Now, if you have tens of thousands of dollars and you want to say that's just a part of my, you know, learning process, and you want to check it out, fine. They do have a lot of great teaching videos, which I recommend. If you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. I don't sponsor them or any of that stuff. And honestly, I've been around long enough and talked with enough people that I find it weird I haven't found more people that have done great from it. Because I talk to a lot of sellers, and I talk to a lot of leaders in the FBA, you know, Amazon world, And I don't meet a lot of people who have taken this course who have just crushed it. I've met maybe one or two or three possibly, but I ask a lot because I know for the cost versus value, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it worth it? So I just want to let you know, like, if it's still based on purchasing things, because you can do private label, which just means you buy a product from a manufacturer and you put your own label on it and sell it as your own, right? If you find like a manufacturer around you, like in the United States, or someone local maybe that has a product that they sell locally, and you say, hey, I want to learn, or I want to take your product and sell it on Amazon and put my own brand on it. If you can get that product right then, right? That makes sense. You could still get that into the whole Q4 thing. Make a listing and all of that. If you're going to get into something that is going to look into going to China to get it, to where you have to test a product, you have to have those tests sent back to you. Now remember, it's the 15th of October just when I'm making this, right? And if you have to do that, like, based on, okay, I'm going to have this product, I'm doing the research, I found the product, I'm going to have you send me some tests so I can sample, so I can try and sell them and see how that works. If the samples sell, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place an order with China, and then I'm going to have you send it all over here, and then I'm going to take that, process it, send it into Amazon, and sell it. Okay, that is not like a quick, easy thing, right? It takes time. And again, private label, people are killing it on private label. I have nothing against private label. I think it's great. But I also see that this opportunity right now of Q4, especially in the retail arbitrage, if you've done no type of like homework or whatever, just about anyone can get into retail arbitrage and kill it, right? Which is just going to the stores, buy a product, sending it to Amazon, or merchant fulfilling it from just sending it straight to the customer. Just about anyone could kill it right now with that. As far as the wholesale and stuff, you might be able to still get some wholesale accounts and hit it for Q4. I mean, there's definitely a possibility of that. But, those are the types of things like private label and wholesale are the types of things that you should be prepared for before you're in the thick of things with Q4, right? That's my opinion with that. And so I guess the whole thing is that I just see this huge opportunity right now for you to crush it on Q4. And I see this launch going on, and these launches, they're made to make you buy, which is great. And I will do launches in the future. And, I think that launches are fine, but they are created to make you take action, which is cool because most people don't take action. The only issue that I see with a launch right now, like, I think it's a crazy time to launch a product like that right before the biggest opportunity in Amazon is there, because unless you're planning on passing on the Q4 opportunity, or the cost of that is so little to your purchasing power that it doesn't matter. But I mean, that's a lot of money to just drop on something that as far as I know, you are not going to have a product in your hand within the next couple of months, right? So more than likely, so that you can sell and purchase a bunch at a time. So I just want to, I want to put it out there. Q4 is a huge opportunity. Do Q4. Q4 is great. As I said, I have a ton of resources over at dollarmoves.com/Q4 2017. Even if you don't purchase anything, even if you don't join anything, the videos I have over there from last year, the ones that are over there are going to be awesome for you. If you want to learn about buying and selling toys on Amazon, there's probably 2 hours or more of Beth and Seth, who are full-time toy sellers. It's from last year's stuff, but guess what? A lot of it's going to carry over, and it still doesn't scratch the surface of what they do for coaching. All of the information that I have from Robyn Johnson, the videos over there, are still going to carry over to this year. A lot of the stuff, some of it's not, but most of it is, and this is from experienced people. But you can go over there and check out all that information. And, if you're doing retail arbitrage this year, again, going to the stores and buying it, or you have any interest in doing that, all this stuff can be taken. You can join it now and use it, like, right now. Like, that's how I did with my sister. Like, she got in October. I'm like, here's Jessica LaRue's ABC course. Get that. Let's go into it. I want you to learn Amazon as quick as possible, and then I will help you, with the Q4 part, right? And so, because it's a huge, huge opportunity. So check it out. See what you want to do. If you're watching, again, watch those videos of the launch if you want to, because there's a lot of great information. There's definitely going to be some information in there where you will learn stuff and take notes. But before you start getting sucked in, because it's made to make you take action, right? Before you start getting sucked in, sit down for your business and say, how much is my budget to spend on product for Q4? How much is my budget that I'm going to be able to spend for, information products or coaching or whatever for Q4? What is it worth to you? What value to put it? Because if you don't put value in coaching or any of that at all, you shouldn't do it at all. If you see that, I can spend this $500 or $200 or whatever the amount is, and it's going to get me much, much more than that because of the experience, because I'm getting pushed information that is like current and great that I can do stuff with right now, then you're going to go ahead and get that. But you want to sit down and figure out the amounts and figure out, what's my game plan for Q4, right? Because it's really easy, and I'm a sucker for launches. I love it. I love launches. I'm just information, right? Give me all this information, and then I get to the end, I'm like, yeah, I want this thing. If you're not prepared to make your decisions ahead of time, someone will make them for you. And just make sure, again, if that is something that you want to do, that launch that's going on, and it's private label, I will get you guys with private label stuff. There's one like Ryan Rieger, they have the private label where it's the proven private label where it's like finding people in the US where you can private label their products. And that's being that's on sale, I think, right now. I'll put a link below once I get home. But anyway, yeah, and that one's something that you could do right now, right? But this whole getting it from China and sending it back, and it may not be here for, a month or 2 months. Who knows? You don't have your testing. That's just, to me, that's so you have the big outlay of cash for a course. Then you have to buy, 500 units? How many units are you going to have to buy from China on top of? And then you got to have it shipped over and pay for that. And the time is the biggest crunch of all. Even if you've got all kinds of money, the time crunch, will you be able to find a product and turn that product around, have it sent back to you, and send it back to Amazon in time to take advantage of Q4, right? That's the biggest thing. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to do killer in Q4. So whatever you do, again, if you want to just watch those videos that I have over there, dollarmoves.com/Q4 2017, do that. If you see the value in those people, and you see the all the different things that all of the experts that I recommend are doing over there, and how they're helping people or whatever. I mean, these are proven people that have done it year and year and year. And I watch them every year. I have watched people surpass me that have done these courses and done these groups, Q4 groups, that have way surpassed me in sales for that Q4 or whatever. And it's like rocket fuel on fire, man. Q4 can be that thing. And that's what I want to help you guys with. That's what I want you to be able to take advantage of it. Regardless of if you follow any of the stuff I say or whatever, it's a huge opportunity, and I want you to be able to take advantage of that and just crush Q4. So this was not supposed to be an 18-minute video. If you stuck around, I sure appreciate it. I know it's been a while since I've been around, but Q4, man, I get passionate about it because I know the power of Q4, and I would hate for any of my watchers to get into something, cut their legs out from under them. If you're even, $3,000, $2,000, if you're not able to do something with that, now, the coaching stuff that I recommend, that's you can do stuff with it now. If you can't do something with that outlay of cash right now and use it for Q4, man, I would hate for someone to go through that and lose that opportunity of Q4. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please go ahead and thumbs up, positive comments down below. You can go, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, of course. And also, you can go to dollarmoves.com, sign up for the email newsletter, and I'll contact you anytime I put out any new videos, or if I come across something that I think can benefit you. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.